but it's just these old school flames, and they're kind of they're red and orange and a little bit of yellow. So I've just taken a dry erase marker and kind of just, just an idea of what I'm putting on there on this one. It looks very lame-o right now, but I could turn this into something amazing. It's just to get the size on there. But this body doesn't have the clear protective film on the outside. Otherwise, you could get away with a Sharpie. But what I like about the dry erase is you can literally just wipe it right off with a clean rag, either way. And then, you play around with this. I know that I can make this look good. And a lot of times, if it's going to be a lot more detailed, then I got to make a stencil first. So I would draw it out on just like I did with the skull. Take a piece of tracing paper, conform it to the body, tape it down, and start drawing it on there. And then probably pull it away from there, go to a clipboard with a fresh piece of paper, trace that again, and really start dialing it in. These flames, this is a racing body. This is a replica of a racing body. It was something that I didn't spend 20 hours painting. I might have had 3 or 4 hours in it or something like that, but it was a quick set of flames, a skull, and it looked great when it was out there on the track. So anyways, I'm going to move forward with this. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out the flames and then show you how I go about making a stencil for the other side.
Various artists, rock and roll artists, who put together a cookbook. I've got it.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Lighting's a little bit weird. It's tough to see. That's the skull all cut out with an outline. Should be able to see that a little bit, right? The main thing is you're making sure that all your lines really connect. That's going to be the biggest thing. Okay, so I have one side of the body all cut out with the flames, and I've cleaned off the dry erase marker. I had to scrub it off a little bit. It comes off a little bit easier if the body has that protective film on there. Okay, this one doesn't. All right, so I'm going to show you guys now what I do is I use these lines here from the X-Acto, because now this is the exact outline of what it's going to be, and it's a little bit more refined. I'm going to take the tracing paper, and I can actually see that and trace those lines onto a piece of tracing paper. Okay, so taking a little time and using that light as a backlight there, and my overhead desk light here, and getting it just right. I can actually see the cut lines through the tracing paper. I just got a glimpse of that. It looks pretty cool too. So there's your skull cut out. Now I just flip that over to the other side, and I won't even bother drawing it out. I'll just tape it down and start cutting that out with the X-Acto. Okay, so I just pulled my tracing off of the body, and there's a couple of things. I traced the window, so you know right where to put that back on the other side. And then you can see I want to flip this over for the other side, and I like to use this 3M. It's the blue tape. It's the medium adhesion. It's the one with the orange inside on it. It's it's not the most delicate one that they have, but it can still just pull right off the tracing paper, and you just flip it around to the other side, which is nice. If it's not really to save the tape, but it makes it's a little easier on the tracing paper, so you don't rip the tracing paper. Okay, so now I'm just going to find my window here on the body, line up those lines that I traced on there, and I'll always just take and cut the tracing paper right down to where it meets the bottom of the body, so I got something to go by there. And there you go. Now I can flip it over and start cutting the other side. And you're reasonably close to what you did on the other side. That's how I did the old school flame job.